It's another episode of the Pin High podcast presented by Golficity. We're talking about what should have been Masters weekend. We're constructing holes 3 and 4 of our Pin High golf course and capping off with par 3 of the best moments at Augusta. So let's get into it. I'm joined here by Jeek and Trevor, and it's episode 24, the Robinson Cano episode.
Kobe Bryant.
That's fair. yeah, true. The Patrick Diamond episode.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yesterday was Masters Sunday, of course. Did not spend it watching the Masters. Unfortunately, I didn't even spend it watching the rerun of Tiger last year. Me and Jeek were on the golf course with our dads.
It worked out perfectly for me because I went out and played at 3:00 with my dad, and I literally got back home. I'm like, oh, I wonder if what Masters are showing, because I completely forgot if it was this last year's Tiger or Phil or something like that. And I walked in, Tiger's walking up to the green on 18, about to make the putt. I'm like, let's go.
You must have finished way faster than we did.
Did you play 9 or 18?
I only played 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we went out at 3:00 too and played. It was interesting.
Mr. Catalano wanted us to include that we lost 2-1 to me and Jeek lost 2-1 to him and my dad. We gave them 10 strokes. There's a little bit.
We gave them 10 strokes.
10 strokes. I mean,
and there was one hole where my dad chipped.
Yeah, you shot 79.
There was one hole where my dad chipped from pretty far away, and he was scolded the ball, and it just hit the raised cup and went back to his feet. I'm like, okay, there's no way that ball would went into the hole if there was no such thing as a race cup. Mm-hmm. It literally was coming in 100 miles per hour and hit the race cup. So
I think we might have to reduce that to about 8.
Wait, Jeek, what'd you shoot? 84?
84.
The fact that you both both played well or decent, and you lost 2-1. You can't give that many strokes next time.
If I shot if I was just able to hit a driver, I probably would have been lower than that. There were so many holes I just was out of it because I topped my driver, hit it out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. I mean, 84 is not bad.
Silver Mine's a course where you don't really have to use it that much, so it didn't take me out of that many holes, but still.
Yeah, next time we'll discuss what we're giving them, but I think they both shot 89, so I guess I don't know.
Okay.
But
so that's not so nobody really played
I think the race cup's upper scores.
Oh yeah,
that's the only logical answer for everybody shooting better than before.
Okay.
I think I might have gotten. I don't know what really how much it helped me. Probably obviously every round it helps a little bit, but I had 3 birdies yesterday, and 2 of them were literally just tapping from 6 inches.
I think I only really had I think I only really had one Corona cup yesterday, which is where it skids the outside of the cup, where you're okay, that wouldn't have won if the cup was raised. But for the most part, since the raised cups have been up for some reason, I've just been hitting them right in the center.
Mm-hmm. I birdied the 2 par 5s, 9 and 10 right in a row.
9. Oh yeah.
I was putting for eagle on 9.
9 I played off.
I almost canned it too. Putted it to
10. Okay.
Get me tapping. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. I don't have my driver right now is I don't know what's going on, but I just can't hit it, and it's kind of annoying me.
I played Titleist True Softs yesterday.
The new ones,
huge fan. Not the red ones, they're the blue ones. They were new this summer.
Yeah, they came out recently.
Yeah, but like they also came out with True Feel recently, the red box.
I couldn't even tell.
I've never
you what the
I
difference is.
haven't seen those at all.
Yeah, those ones I've never even seen. But the True Softs, it's like a blue case. I felt like I didn't really sacrifice that much distance, but they were really like nice around the greens.
And I've always used
Mm.
softballs, so like I'm used to that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like when you're not a great golfer, like softballs are fine. Like
I
they
feel
do the job.
I feel like for like even like for golfers that are like not like on tour or even like amateur golfers, I feel like the golf ball doesn't like definitely does not make as much of a difference.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can play like I can play like I can go out and play like any ball and I'd be absolutely fine.
I will say,
any other amateur probably would be too.
I will say my dad got a bunch of these Bridgestones like E12s or whatever, and like I hate them. Like I can't like they just feel weird when you you know how you like have that feel when you hit a golf ball well? Like when you
Yeah.
hit those balls well, it doesn't even give you that like feel. It's just like they're just like super soft and I just don't like them. So he was like, "Yeah, I'll just use those balls, use the Callaways or whatever."
Yeah,
I mean,
yesterday what?
I mean there are some balls that people have like preferences obviously and like they're like, "Oh, I feel comfortable with this," but I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
was
feel
gonna
like
say at the end of the day, it's not like a huge difference.
no,
like,
it's not. They're all like
unless you're playing like literally like a really bad one, like a
Pinnacle.
Disneyland ball, like a rock hard, like or like a Nike ball.
a mini golf ball.
Oh, I hated the Nike balls.
Like, I don't think like difference between like TaylorMade Callaway, like
No,
for us.
Bridgestone. There's not much of a big difference. It's not a big difference.
But if you're playing like Nike golf balls are really bad. Whenever I see those on the course, I don't even bother. Like
They feel like plastic, and I'm like,
they're
how the
rock
heck
hard.
how did like
you want to
Tiger
pick it
use
up
these
though,
balls?
because you're like it's Nike. You're like oh
It's
a
cool
Nike
'cause it's
swoosh.
Nike.
Yeah, it's a Nike swoosh. Like all right, like I want to pick this up and play it.
Yeah, when I knew like nothing about golf and I started playing golf, I would find like a Mojo Nike ball on the course. I'd be like, "Oh, this is sick!" But that ball is so
Sure.
bad.
I find I ever used to find like so many mojos like looking in the woods like everywhere you look there's like a mojo like laying on the ground because nobody like everyone just leaves them.
Mojos are if you go into like any woods, you have a 50% shot at finding a Mojo ball. Like at least.
Oh my god! I mean, it was just like that age when like Tiger was using Nike balls. Like everybody wanted to use Nikes, so like there you go. Everybody has Nikes.
Literally because of that one chip at Augusta, like on 16, like
Yeah.
the Nike logo shows up and just like trickles into the hole. It's like
What?
the biggest like promo for like Nike ever.
That was so like lucky for them that it wasn't like faced like the other way, kind of like sideways, but like Nike because they can use that in like any commercial where just at the end it stays there and then
they still like if I were them I would use that every golf commercial and literally every single commercial where it's like I would use that like chip or like just a little like moment where it's like the Nike logo drops in like Tiger celebrating like it's like that's like iconic for Nike.
Exactly.
But you shot a 38 yesterday, Trevor?
I did. It wasn't after.
Is it par 35 or 6?
I played the back, so par 36.
36.
So I literally went out and last weekend I shot like 45 and then 89 and I'm like this is terrible. I didn't play the whole week this week and I went out yesterday and I shot and I mean I almost made three chips. I could have been better, but then I birdied 13 and I topped my drive on 16 and got up and down from 135 yards for par. And I was like, and then I shot 38. And I was like, I'm like, okay. Like,
yeah, I've been used to topping my drives and still like getting like par bogey. Like
I
it's
can't.
just like
I literally can't get my driver off the ground because I literally my knee is like not my left knee is like not strong enough, so I can't put as much like pressure on it. So I literally just can't like it's like a low bullet pretty much every single time, or I top it.
Yeah. Yesterday, I was just like, I was playing the most lights out golf for a certain stretch, and then I was playing just like so poorly. I think.
we were kind of like.
Did you almost collapse
holes
on
there.
the back? Like,
I did collapse on the back. Listen,
you were like fire for the first like probably like 10 holes or whatever, maybe 11 holes.
holes
and
3
then like
through 12, I played it 1 under.
And whatever, I played like
12.
I think I played
Jesus.
7, 8, 9, like really bad, and then like I like figured it out after that. But like the last couple holes, like I didn't even realize that until I looked at the scorecard. But like the last like 5 holes, I played it like 2 over.
Yep. 13 double, 14 through 17 bogey, 18 par to get the 79.
Yeah, we literally just
You needed the
flipped,
par on
like,
18.
spots.
Hey, it was a clutch performance at the end. I almost let it slip, but
That's nerve wracking when you're trying to get like a certain score and like you get to the final hole, you're like, all right, I need par. Like I need like a par, like a certain, like I can't get worse than this or something.
literally
Like
16 I push my drive right, 17 push my drive like into the first fairway. Ended up making bogey, and then 18 I put it like just short of the green, and
just chipped up, made par.
No, I
I
putted.
like
Oh, okay.
It was on the frame.
Smart.
I topped my. I'm pretty sure I topped my. Or no, I didn't top. I went all the way right on 16, and I was like 120 yards out on like this short hole, like the one that you could drive the green on, and I was like, I still like parred it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you can literally hit like on that hole. I feel like you can literally hit like anywhere and still like you can hit like I can hit like wedge. I can go like probably wedge on that hole or something like that.
Exactly.
You still make the green.
Whatever. And you shot a 79, and on the second hole, like you hit like one of the worst shots I've ever seen you hit in the second hole.
So the second hole, I hit it like into the tree line of the first hole.
It's like left.
Yeah, left, and it was over there. I like couldn't find it, and there was people literally by the time I could walk over to the first hole because there was people teeing off, and there was a foursome that took like 6 or 7 tee shots, and so there's people waiting on the second tee to hit it into us, and everybody had finished the hole, and I was still waiting to go over to find my ball, so I just like literally just skipped the hole and gave myself a double. Because
Because like he would have gotten there, but like just like
I would have gotten like at worst a double because I was literally like pin high basically, but I couldn't find. I don't know. It was a tough situation because I had to speed up the pace of play.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Yeah.
I was just like hitting the ball so bad that I just like sacrificed distance for like hitting it straight and just like made nice easy golf swings like pretty much all the way from like 11 in. So.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, what else did we have? This weekend it was just like a bunch of Masters rewinds. What did you guys catch?
On Saturday I watched the Phil first or not the Phil 2004 Masters.
So when he won the first
when he
time.
when he beat Ernie Els.
Mm-hmm.
He made that putt on 18, the birdie on 18 to win it.
I never
that was his first major.
Really, yeah, I never realized I was really like that putt was literally just like to like win the whole thing or something like that. Like that was the last hole that was to win the whole thing. Yeah,
I literally watched it like
a couple minutes
the
ago.
guy who he was playing with like DeMarco, I think his name is.
And that's the guy who played against Tiger next year.
Yeah, exactly. He was playing against him, and he hit a bunker shot that went literally like 3 inches behind Phil's mark or whatever. So he literally just gave him a read on that like final putt.
Of course.
And that was like the best thing that happened to him for that. Like just giving Phil was like, yeah, they were like President's Cup teammates the year before, and Phil was like, yeah, I felt like I was in the President's Cup again because he literally gave me a read for that putt.
That's funny.
I watched on Friday night. I turned on the TV before dinner and I wanted to see what was on. It was like the start, literally just like the first hole of like Tiger versus DeMarco, like the next year when Tiger made like the chip. Then like we had like my family and I had dinner. We've been watching like Breaking Bad as a family, and we watched like we turned on. And it was like 15. They're on hole like 15. I'm like, oh, perfect. And then we watched that chip, and and then Tiger people forget like Tiger like collapsed at the end of that. Like he bogeyed 17, 18 after making that chip, and like almost like lost in the playoff because DeMarco like lipped out a chip on 18, and he had to make a putt in the playoff. But that was fun to watch. And then the other day I was went down the stairs at one point and I turned on. It was when Adam Scott beat Angel Cabrera in the playoff in like 2013, I think it was. And that was like,
that was a belly putter year, right?
yeah, that was belly putter here. But that, yeah, he made it. I mean, he made a putt on the first or second playoff hole to win that, and that was pretty fun to watch too. Other than that, though, was like I saw like the yes sir from Jack Nicklaus at one point. I guess pretty much it.
I saw a lot of clips from like obviously
But I
last
saw a
year.
lot. Yeah,
I think
a lot of Twitter clips.
I didn't forget about it because I remember the Molinari like on the par 3 where Molinari goes into the water, and before that Ian Poulter and Brooks Koepka had gone into the water.
Yeah, and Finau in the water too.
Yeah, and Tiger like clubbed down and just went left, and I was like, "There's no way a young Tiger would have done that."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a young Tiger probably would have gone for the hole.
Yeah, and instead he just took his 2-putt par, and
everyone else
continued on.
Yeah, we were golfing with the other Trevor the other day, and he was saying how he was watching something. It was probably a Masters one year that Tiger was in, and that like Tiger had like an 8-stroke lead, and he was still like getting pissed when he didn't like birdie like holes down the stretch. So.
Yeah, that's just. I mean,
I think that was the '97 Masters.
Yeah,
not that any of us were alive for that.
Yeah,
but
and like in the last, like I remember watching like the last hole, like the tournament, like he's up by like 15 strokes or he's up by like 8 strokes or something like that, and he's like still like grinding over that last putt, like even though he can like take like he can literally just like walk up and like do whatever he wants to it.
Right. Yeah, and and then obviously you see the like 1 foot putt max that he had on 18 just like last year to win it, and I asked my dad, I was like, if you are put in that scenario, are you making that putt? And I was like, I think there's like an 80% chance I make it, but like you never know what happens.
And like if I'm in the situation, I'm literally like I'm shaking, like I'm like my full hands just like I won't be able to like stand still like walking up to that putt.
My hands shake walking up to any putt because I don't know. I just have like shaky hands, and like
I was gonna say that. I noticed that yesterday. I was like, Pat, why do you just stand over the ball for like 2 minutes before you like actually like hit your putt? Like you're set up ready to hit it, but you're just waiting, and you're just like, oh yeah, my hands are shaking. You gotta like wait until they stop shaking. I was like, I just like that.
My hands will just like start like hovering, and I'm just like, God damn it, I gotta wait. Because if I don't, I'm just gonna like pull it or push it.
Oh my god! You're just standing there like waiting for your hand to stop. You're like, okay.
It's more realistically like an extra 5 seconds, but 5 seconds.
Like it just seems
all the world.
Yeah.
5 seconds when nothing else is going on seems like a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I think you pushed that putt because you like stood over it for like a minute, and you're like, nah, my hands are just shaking. I was like, oh, okay.
So it honestly begs a question, because since we didn't have the Masters yesterday, and hopefully we have them in November, who do we think would have won yesterday?
I think Rory would have won. Like I think hands down Rory would have won.
I mean, I feel like everyone says that every year though.
But like
I do. I say that every year. That Rory's gonna win because I want Rory to win. But
I think a Rory top 5 is an easy thing to bet on.
Yeah,
I think a John Rahm top 5 is an easy thing to bet on.
Yeah,
it's just like top 10 in every tournament.
I mean, I would have bet if I were like betting on this and this actually happened, I probably would bet like Tiger top 10. Just because Tiger literally like just like doesn't do a bad at the Masters, and then
probably would have put in a Jordan Spieth top 10 maybe.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I don't know how you can go with anyone. It's hard to go with anyone else but Rory. I mean, obviously there's a ton of names, but
there's guys who just do well at the Masters. Like Ricky does well at the Masters. I feel like Adam Scott always does.
Scott always does well.
Fun fact: I accidentally put a bet.
Always does well.
I accidentally put a bet on Adam Scott to win the Masters when I was trying to put it on him to win like the Honda Classic or something. It's like 10 to win like 240 or something, and so I just have $10 on him to win the 2020 Masters.
Imagine if he does that in November.
I know, if he wins in November, I'm gonna be pumped. Actually, it's the
The
same
all-time,
thing.
it's the all-time mistake bet. Like you put like, oh shit, I did this wrong, and it comes through. You're like, oh, that was the bet. Like that was one of my best bets of the year.
It's the same thing with Roger Federer. I have a bet like 10 to win 220 on him to win the French Open because I tried to put it on him to win the Australian.
The French
Yeah,
Open,
it
he's not going
happens.
because Nadal's gonna win the French Open.
Yeah, I know,
Mm.
but like, and Federer lost in like the semis or whatever of the Australian Open. I was pissed, and then like
You realize?
I look at my like pending, I'm like, oh, that's the French Open.
Oh, I did the same thing. I did it for like a Champions League game. I thought I was betting the first leg, but I was actually betting the second leg. So I had to wait like 2 weeks before. Like I saw that they lost. I was like, dang, like they lost. But then like 2 weeks later, like the bet was still in. I'm like, oh, like Atletico
Did it end up
Madrid
winning?
to win. I don't even know what happened. They like won on aggregate, but they didn't win the leg or something. It was Atletico Madrid against
That's
Liverpool,
why-
so I didn't win the bet. But like
Oh,
it was like plus like it was like plus like 600, and I thought I won, but I didn't. So
that's like
it's
that. That's like soccer, like the second, like the legs or whatever. Like you have to like I remember that was over spring break. I remember that day because I was like my friends and I were like my friend and I were contemplating betting that. We're like I'm like dude, the over is gonna hit because if like Atletico scores 1 goal, Liverpool has to score like 2 more to win, and like they over ended up like hitting by like a lot. But like I ended up doing it, but like those legs are so like you have to like know like the situation.
they
what's
they
going
like
on so
they
well.
like tied the second leg or something like that, but Atletico won like overall or something.
No,
And I thought I
think-
just won so much money, but like I didn't because I guess it was a leg, but whatever. It's just confusing.
I think
It's been-
I'm pretty sure Atletico like won like they won like the second leg. I'm pretty sure. I remember watching it. I don't
It's
know.
been-
It doesn't matter, but
It's been kind of nice not gambling. I'm not gonna lie.
I said
Oh,
that
nice.
yesterday. Yeah.
Just like, yeah, I honestly haven't missed it even in the slightest.
I mean, I guess you can still
Voodoo
bet
zip.
horses if you wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Horse racing's still going strong.
I put a bet on your dad's horse, and they lost. But hopefully, I never paid the money, so we're good. I never got asked for it.
I don't think he even like knows that like there's things to gamble on, so he just like doesn't check.
Yeah, probably.
my all time like that like mistake bet like that I didn't even mean to put in was remember that game a couple years ago or like it was like last year and it was NC State versus Virginia Tech basketball and the final score ended up being like 47-24 or
Oh
something
my
like
god,
that.
I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I live bet. I was watching that, and I live bet that under 89.5, and I thought I for $100 by accident, and I was like, I'm freaking out. I'm
Because like
no,
your finger slipped or something.
yeah, my finger slipped. It was the old
Dude, didn't even
it was
get
the old
close
site.
to 80.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the old site. So like it just like did it for me. Like I didn't realize it did it, and like I didn't realize it was happening. Like and I'm like fuck, they're probably gonna like start going off and like but like they didn't score for like 6 more minutes and like it wasn't even like close to hitting.
I remember.
That was like my big
I
one.
made a ton of money off that because I was riding with you just because I was like, all right, I'll go in on this. And just nobody in that game scored. Oh, that was awesome.
Nobody like Virginia Tech finished 24 points in that game.
Me and my
That was-
friends,
that was amazing.
me and my friends were on FaceTime last night. And we were talking about Army, Michigan, this fall,
past year.
and we had Army money line for like plus like 1,200.
And now they won.
And
It was
they had a
overtime.
50-yard field goal to win it at the end of the game from a kicker who had never kicked a field goal in his life before.
the long distance kicker that like all these
He'll
college
go
teams
never
have.
he'll go in his life.
and he,
Oh
and
my
he missed
God.
it. But I remember there's so many like snap memories from that because we were just going crazy.
Oh,
Just
I
like,
think he absolutely shanked that field
That's
goal.
what
Like
he
I
did.
think that wasn't even
Yeah.
close. Like
He
he
did.
literally hit one of those like slices that are just like, oh, okay.
On spring break past like we had remember Wyoming, they won like the first round of like the Mountain West Conference tournament, like they beat like UNLV and they played like Utah State like the next round and they were plus 1,200 money line and we were all watching it, like all of us had money on it and we were all like we were freaking out when like they were like every time they hit like they banked in like 4 threes at one point and we're like they tied the game and they ended up like losing by 15 because like they could not play defense but like we were just like screaming because we all had like so much money on the game.
do you remember 2018 when Cuse almost beat Clemson in football for the second straight year?
Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
I
They
remember
were-
that, yeah.
They were like plus 1,200 and everybody at the
That
school
was at
pretty much had it.
that was at Clemson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And also everybody also like had basically a hedge of because like the line was like plus 26, and they lost by like 4 or something.
Mm-hmm.
They really should have won that. That was annoying.
I remember, yeah, that was the game where the quarterback just got like absolutely like popped on like the fourth down or something like that.
That's some great golf talk.
Yeah, wonderful golf talk. This is what happens.
I mean, yeah, right now, like we were thinking about it before we recorded, there's just nothing going on. Like
there's not even like golf news like going on. Like, just,
I wonder. I bet you
was
Brooks
the Masters
Koepka
yesterday,
hasn't
and that
even
was
like.
the Masters.
I bet you Brooks Koepka hasn't even like picked up a golf club and like
I doubt he
like,
has.
besides the lefty thing that he did, but I bet he hasn't even picked up a golf club.
I mean, also at the same time, I feel like what else is he gonna be doing? Like I don't know, like.
But
maybe
I saw Xander Schauffele like tweeted. It was like, oh yeah, first time I picked up a golf club in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like
Xander
wow.
Schauffele was saying like he has like no like purpose in life right now because he doesn't know like he can't play golf, so he doesn't know what he's doing.
He's like struggling. I heard he's like struggling right now.
Yeah, he really. I heard that the other day too.
That's insane. Because like I mean, this is I saw this tweet about like baseball players as well, but it applies to golf. Like this is like probably the longest they've gone. Some of them without playing golf. Like
their lives.
Their lives, yeah, pretty much.
I think
they started playing.
The worst sport that like is for this right now is hockey. Like these guys can't even skate. Like, because like where they're gonna skate, they can't go to like a rink, and like no one has like home. Like I mean, like for the most part, no one really has like home rinks or anything. So like. Yeah. Like they're gonna like come back to the playoffs and everybody's gonna be like so bad because they haven't skated in like weeks, and then like,
they're not gonna play the playoffs in that.
I don't even think so, but like we'll
the
see.
NHL season's over.
Like if that happens, like that would be crazy. Like they would just all be like pretty much like minor league players, like because they like, haven't skated in forever.
So many unders.
Yeah.
Every game would be like 2-1, 1-0.
We see that who is that one NHL player for like the Rangers? Like he set up like 4 like a bunch of balls right in front of the net. Yeah, he put a bunch of balls like right in front of the net and just like smashed them all. And he's like, it's like okay, time to go back to playing COD. I'm like that's pretty much what everyone else is doing right now.
Oh wait, we're talking about different people because Brady Shea has an 18-foot putting mat in his apartment.
Does he really?
18 feet. Like.
I would literally be staying on that all day. Like I would not move.
I saw a video on the PGA Tour Instagram of Mark Leishman's backyard, and apparently Mark Leishman has like a thing for like mowing and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I knew that.
He like mowed his own like it wasn't even like built that way. Like it was like normal grass, and he like mowed it into like golf grass and like has it like played as like a fairway and like a green and like some rough. Like his backyard is sick now. Like and he like just does it himself. He just like takes care of it himself.
If I was if I was a professional golfer, I would get a huge backyard and just make like a little like 100-yard like chipping range.
That's what I want. I want to make that.
That's what I would do. That's I want to do. That's my dream backyard.
I want to turn the wood chips into like a putting green, but like I'm still like trying to figure out how that like works. Like I'm still unsure of it.
All you need is like to make like if you get the putting green, all you need is like a little like mat to hit balls off of it, and you're like set.
I think I need to take like
divots or anything like that.
I think I need to like make it cement and then get the mat. Like I think I need to cement that like wood chip area.
But then wouldn't it
rock hard green
just be really hard if you put turf over it?
I don't know. I'm not really sure, but like everybody who has these backyard like putting green things, like they're built in cement. Like they're not built on grass.
Okay.
Because it would be.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some research on that, and that can be a quarantine project.
Yeah. Get the boys over, make a golf course.
Yeah, make a little like par 3 course.
Social distancing.
Oh, of course.
So basically, not much news from the golf world. What we can move on to is the golf course construction. We got holes 3 and 4 this week, and last week we went completely downhill. And I'm thinking hole number 3, par 4, that goes right back up.
Right back up.
And I've one in the back of my mind right now. Do you guys have any in mind as of right now?
Well, first off, we kind of decided on this before, but we want to go par 4, par 3.
Yes.
for 3 and 4.
I have a good par 3. We will.
I
will.
feel like par 3s are like the easiest ones to like, cause like that's a lot of
You just
signature
pick,
holes.
you just pick iconic holes.
So the third hole, par 4, I want it to be Oakmont, hole 18.
Going up into the hill.
Uphill.
Yes, the Spieth and DJ hole. Where DJ took the really aggressive line over the water and Spieth didn't, and
That's not
DJ.
that's not Oakmont. That's Oak Hill or something like that.
No, it's Oakmont. I think we looked this up.
No.
Literally last week.
Oakmont's like the U.S. Open course.
Didn't we literally do this on the podcast?
We literally looked it up. I guarantee you, Oakmont's where like DJ won the U.S. Open.
That was 2016.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get out the Google.
I was gonna say Bethpage. It's 15. Bethpage 15. First hole you get from across the road.
Well, yeah, but then we're just taking another hole from Bethpage.
I know.
already.
That's
I feel like I want to
that's literally
limit
the first thing I
the.
thought of, but.
All right. Where was the Northern Trust in 2016?
17.
Oh, that was Bethpage. What?
2017.
No,
2017. 2017.
Oh,
2017.
oops. Yeah, I didn't know it was. Oh, not Oakmont. Glen Oaks.
Yeah, it had Oak in it. I remember it had Oak in the name.
Glen Oaks. Okay, my bad. Okay, restart
I'm
this
watching this playoff
whole.
right now.
Yeah, it was insane. So DJ took the line over the water, and Spieth just hit a nice drive, just not aggressive line. Glen Oaks.
I love watching these because like the way DJ goes, like he's like walking up to the tee box before Spieth's even like finished his swing.
Yeah, so that's a big DJ thing.
And he tees off before the camera could even like catch up with him.
I mean, if we're talking uphill par 4, you can go 18 at like Pinehurst, like going back into like the clubhouse. That's
wow.
Par 4.
August 24th through 27th, 2017. That was like the weekend I moved into college for the first time, freshman year.
Really?
Like I think I remember watching.
That's probably when like a lot of us moved into college for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, weird time. So yeah, Glen Oaks, 18th hole. I mean, it's not directly uphill, but the green's elevated.
Yeah, and like you have to go like over the water and everything like that.
I think that's a decent like number 3 hole.
It's not like
I'll go with that.
a huge
I
finishing
personally wouldn't
hole.
be able to hit the ball far enough to get it over the water, but
No, you have to take the speed. Most of us take the speed route and go right.
And maybe
And it
still
goes
hook it into the water.
Yeah, and then it becomes like a really long shot up a hill into like into the hole.
I'm like watching this like, and Spieth did like the normal shot and he goes like over the green on the next one, and DJ just has like a 80-yard chip in and just puts it like 2 feet.
Just stuck it close.
Yeah.
All right, the next hole, par 3, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say the postage stamp from I forgot what course. It's like Royal Troon.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like a thumbprint green.
Yeah, that's literally like what it is. It's like just like this like tiny ass like little like 20-yard par 3.
Just 2 pop bunkers right in front of it.
Yeah, and the wind is like whipping.
I love those holes because they have one at Sleepy Hollow. They have like a basically a poach. They call it a thumbprint green.
Yeah, well, this is the whole thing in like the middle, right?
Yeah, I love those kind of holes.
That's not. I mean,
2, 3, 4, 5 pop bunkers, just surrounding the green.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm looking at this right now. That's a tough hole.
And it's only like 100 like something yards, but like people have like, I don't know. It's just like the wind.
People have definitely gone bunker to bunker.
Oh, and the bunker, like one of the bunkers is like brutal. It's called like or something like that. I forgot what it says.
Yeah,
but it's like not like a long hole.
I'm looking because like if you don't hit the green, you have to get pretty lucky to not put it in a bunker.
And if it's literally like if you don't hit the green, it's gonna like roll into like a bunker. Like that's like the point of it.
Is it
like
really thinly cut grass around there? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it's in like Scotland, so the wind is like howling. And, like if
Mhm.
you miss, like the ball's just gonna go everywhere on you. But yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm trying to think of like other.
I kind of like that. The par three, I was thinking.
It's just like that hole is so unlike the others, but like I get it, like because there's like links golf, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of-
there's no we don't have to do
there's no like yeah, I get that.
guidelines.
Yeah, there's no restrictions on that front. But
Mhm.
so what are the yardages of these holes?
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I'll look up the Glen Oaks scorecard. Because you said the postage stamp is like
Not long.
100 yards ish.
Probably 100. It's probably like I bet it's like less than 150.
I could find it right now. Par 3.
Well, 18 at
123.
Glen Oaks.
Yeah,
123.
123 yards.
18 at Glen Oaks is 445, but I don't know if that's the pro. The pros
I bet it is.
scorecard.
What you think?
Yeah, championship or white/blue.
Championship.
The slope of the white/blue is. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I clicked on championship. That says it's 368, so I think it's 445 for the pros. So DJ must have hit a bomb.
Oh no, yeah. Like imagine what it was to go across the water. Like that must have been like absolutely just like absurd.
That's and then thumbprint.
I got 470.
470 what?
472 won the championships.
All right, cool.
Championship tees.
Yeah.
And what about Troon?
I'm trying to find it.
123. 123. I got it.
That's tough with the wind.
Yeah, it's
All right, cool. So right now we're at a par. Math. 16. 9 plus 7. Yeah. So right now the par through. I feel like I would be at like a nice 25 through these 4 holes.
nice 25.
Dude, you might get stuck in a pop bunker out at the postage stamp and never get out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally 123 from the backs.
I went up and down for a birdie from a bunker yesterday. People
I'm
sleep.
just saying.
As bad as
a
my
different
bunker
type
plays.
of bunker.
My bunker plays terrible, but I did have a clutch one yesterday. My handicap
hit
went
the
down
best-
0.6.
I hit the best.
What's your
bunker shot of my life
handicap?
Friday.
14.4.
I hit the best bunker shot of my life on Friday, and it was like 18. So mine, it was in like that left bunker, which is like one of those like steep like uphill bunkers, and I just like opened the club face all the way and hit like a flop that just like stuck like a foot from the hole.
That's if you hit a bunker shot cleanly, it's like the best feeling.
It was confirmed Jeek's best shot of all time.
Yeah, probably. It was like the most
crazy.
beautiful
It went
flop I've ever
straight up,
hit.
and the just beyond the hole, which was like basically right in front of the bunker, was basically just downhill, and he just stopped it just short of the hole.
It just stuck like up. It went like it was like a fill shot, went straight up and just stuck. It didn't even move at all. Like just.
Did you end up making the
That's
putt?
awesome.
I don't remember.
I made the putt. Yeah.
That feeling's like unreal when you get that ball like stop like that too, especially out of the bunker.
And then we also have our 3 and 4 are
Done.
Glen Oaks, 18, and what hole is
It's number 8.
It's number 8.
Royal True number 8. Postage stamp.
So to cap things off, we're doing a par 3 segment of our favorite Masters moments, and I think we're just doing a collective par 3. Is that what it is? We're just making like top 3.
So we're doing the top. We're doing the top 3.
Top 3.
So like in order.
Do we want to start with 1 or 3?
You have to count down.
This is gonna be like.
Okay.
It's gonna be interesting.
So that we all know what 1 is for us.
Yeah.
So 3. I think I know what. I mean, I feel like I don't want to make them all Tiger moments now that I think about it.
How about what about Phil's first? I like Phil's first.
I like
major.
Phil's. I like Phil's first major too.
I mean, the fact that he had to make a birdie putt to like win Like that was the putt to win the championship. Like
If
I
he
think
didn't make that,
just,
would it have gone to a
fit-
playoff?
Yeah, with Ernie Els.
Yeah, it would have. And who knows if he wins that? How far away was that putt? Like,
Probably 20 feet at least.
Yeah, it was like a decent putt.
It was a decently length putt.
I'm thinking about a 20-foot putt. That 20 feet's just like that's a clutch putt to
On the
make
last hole,
on
like,
the last hole of a major of a Masters.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, what everything other things that come to mind are like Jack Nicklaus saying like the yes sir, whatever. He puts his arms up in the air. And then
Could
Sir I love Sergio's win too.
I also
Sergio's win was
like.
Nice.
was
I don't know if
really
it's top 3, but Sergio's
No,
win.
I don't think it's top 3 either, but it's
What about
really-
like Jordan Spieth, like almost setting like a record for like low score? That was
I
not
think
long.
Jordan
I don't think
Spieth-
it's top 3 either, but it's
Jordan
really good.
Spieth's collapse is like
Yeah, I think
almost
I
a
think
top
I
3
agree.
moment.
The collapse is almost as big. Like the collapse is like I literally I probably said it so many times, but I literally was like in a hotel room, like falling asleep watching it because I'm like this is boring, like nothing's happening. And Spieth hit it in the water, and all of a sudden all of a sudden it got
mean,
real
And we were
on the
talking
way
about it
home
earlier.
twice.
We were talking about it earlier, but Tiger's chip in, like best golf ball
Well,
commercial
yeah, that's number 2.
ever.
That's number 2.
That's why I hadn't mentioned it yet.
See, ESPN had Tigers. Like I didn't watch this. My dad said he watched it yesterday. And ESPN said he had said Tigers chip in on number 16 was his 5th best Masters moment. His 5th best.
Who said that?
ESPN.
Hmm.
And so,
I was watching.
I wish
I was
I
watching.
wish I was.
Yeah.
I kind of wish like I was older for this one, but I think like apparently the 1986 Masters, the one that that Trevor was talking
That's
about,
the
where
one,
Jack
yeah.
Nicklaus wins. Yeah, like apparently that's the best Masters ever.
Nicholas
Yeah,
was
so
like,
obviously we're biased to
yeah, we are because we're young.
stuff
we're
that's happened more recently.
I mean, he beat Greg Norman, Seve, Tom
Yes,
Watson. Like I
That's
don't
a
know.
stat.
He shot a 30 on the back 9.
Yeah, well, when I turned it on, like I turned it on TV, like I think I was like working out one day in the basement, and I turned it on, and I knew Jack was gonna win because like it's like the 1986 Masters, but he was like 4 shots back when I turned it on. He was in like 13, and then I think he birdied like 14, he eagled 15, birdied like 16 and 17, and he just kept kept rising up the leaderboard. But yeah, I wish I would be able to watch that. And that also Jack was like 46
40
years old.
something.
Too.
Yeah. That was
Like,
his last one.
He's the oldest champion. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's between that and Phil's first.
I think we'll go with Jack Nicklaus for number 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was more iconic. But Phil's is amazing. But I think that was more iconic.
I think number 2 is probably the chip in from Tiger. I mean, we've talked about it all
Best
episode
golf.
much.
Best golf ball commercial of all time.
I talked to my dad about this yesterday. He thinks that like the chip is not even close to the best moment of Tiger's career. Like not even
Well, the
like
chip in from
I think
during
it's
the
just
U.S.
more
Open.
like what it represents. Like
Yeah,
it just
that's-
like it's that commercial all time like best. Like it's probably a huge money
No,
maker. Like
100%, yeah. He was my dad was saying yesterday, like he was saying that the chip in is a better moment than Tiger winning it last year. Which like to me is like I was like really young. I don't remember the chip in at all. I don't even know if I probably watched it because I was like so young. But I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to put the chip in ahead of the
chip in at the U.S. Open.
or
on
yeah,
the
the
torn
putt.
ACL. What?
The putt.
Was it a putt?
It was a putt.
Didn't he also chip in? Maybe it was a putt then.
He had. I mean, the putt. The last putt when he's like going crazy, right? That's what you're talking about.
No, I think I'm thinking about a chip in on the torn ACL.
Yeah, it was a putt on the last hole.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I guarantee you it was a putt.
I'm on the old Google right now.
But no, that I remember that was like the first like tournament I watched. Like, that first tournament I really remember like watching like live, and that was amazing too. Like
That was one of the first tournaments I remember. Oh, was it the playoff forcing putt? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, playoff.
No, you're right. It's a putt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought it was a chip in, but yeah. Okay, this is what I'm thinking about. I think that's a bigger moment than then Tiger's chipping, maybe at the Masters possibly.
I think.
Yeah, but like that's not what we're talking about.
I know.
So,
No,
like,
no,
I was
yeah.
just saying.
I could agree. I honestly, I would maybe like I could argue. You could argue that only because Tiger collapsed on the next 2 holes of the Masters.
Yeah.
And he bogeyed the next 2 holes.
That's
If he goes out and like birdies like the next 2 or like even pars and like wins like easier then I think that chip means more. But
yeah, that's true. And I think number one, just for us because we're biased 21-year-olds.
Mhm.
Nothing comes close to last year.
It's last year. Last year's was just way too crazy.
Just like knowing he's not in his prime anymore, like he's not gonna go like beat up on everybody, and he just like wins the Masters kind of out of nowhere.
And the reaction, like the crowd chant Tiger, like he goes up to his son, like it's
The return
his-
to greatness.
yeah, that was like. And
Tiger
like,
plays good November golf. People
Oh,
sleep.
that's true. The what was his term? The Hero World Challenge.
Also, Rory said the other day that he thinks that he was like, it might have been today, honestly. He said it's a bit selfish, but I haven't been able to win in April, so November might just be what I need to.
Let's go, Rory. He's gonna do it. I hope he does it. That'd be amazing.
It's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a crazy fall of golf. Like I know August.
Yeah.
Of sports in general.
Yeah, but PGA followed by in like early August, of course, then followed by U.S. Open, Ryder Cup, then U.S. Open, or U.S. Open, then Ryder Cup.
U.S. Open, then Ryder Cup.
It's back-to-back weeks, and then Masters.
Wait, I know it's back-to-back weeks.
I'm pretty sure it's back-to-back weeks.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
It's gonna be
Dude,
crazy.
people are gonna be like coming from the U.S. Open. They're gonna be like fried mentally, absolutely fried. It's gonna be the U.S. Open. They're gonna be like grinding out to get like -1, and like they're gonna have to go to the Ryder Cup. Like that's gonna be nuts.
There's gonna be so many like big tournaments like in a short period of time.
Yeah,
If
it's
Brendan-
gonna be so much fun to watch.
Kind of
If
what we
Brendan
love.
Todd didn't fall off, kind of, he was like gunning for a spot on the Ryder Cup team.
I know,
He
right?
was like the first pick on the Ryder Cup team.
Yeah.
Imagine that, Brendan Todd.
Brendan
Ryder
Todd
Cup
wins
team.
7 straight tournaments.
I feel like when you look back at old Ryder Cup teams and President's Cup teams, there's always like one guy where you're like,
random.
oh, he was on the team? Like, I don't know. Just kind of like, I don't know, Brant
Yeah.
Snedeker or like.
Last year, I remember 2 years ago, it was like 2 years ago, it was like Thorborn Olesen struck for the European team.
Yeah, it's just
Like
one of those
some sort
things.
of like a random guy.
Yeah, like having a good year.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to like. I mean, like last year, it's like who was in the U.S. team that was like kind of like random last year for the President's Cup? Who was
The
in the
I don't
President's
think there
Cup?
was really anyone random.
I mean,
And
I think,
the team is so good.
I don't think anyone was random. Like,
Like,
Webb Simpson's not random.
Kisner almost
No.
made it, and he probably
Yeah.
would have been like the most random out of all
Ki-
the like people running.
And
Remember,
he
like,
isn't
good.
random anymore because of how involved he is. Like,
Barstool.
Well,
media.
yeah, but like I'm
Barstool.
just saying, and he didn't even make it though.
You
Like, he
know
was
who
in
made
the run.
you know who made TB2 who made the 2016 President's Cup team or 2017 President's Cup team at Liberty National? Daniel Berger.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
He was sick back.
He was dope.
like,
He was so
pretty
good.
Yeah.
He's German, right?
No,
No,
he's
he's American.
Really?
He's like one of like he's like good friends with like Spieth, Thomas, like Ricky, and all those
I
guys.
was kind of in that group then.
Yeah, somewhere into that group. Yeah,
I
he's
remember
like
in
that age.
2017 he had a good year. I kind of remember that.
he has the crazy swing.
Yeah.
And that might have been the year like Jordan Spieth beat him in like the playoff on that bunker shot at Travelers.
Right. Yeah.
I think that was that year.
The
I
Spieth,
honestly
Preller,
wonder who's gonna
chest bump.
be on the U.S. Ryder Cup team. Like,
I don't think it'll be all
I
that.
think like Colin Morikawa could be like gunning for a spot.
I mean, the way he was playing is like he's probably gonna be, like I wouldn't be surprised if he made it.
Yeah. I mean, out of him,
It might like
Hovland and everyone.
he probably has to get he probably has to get like an automatic spot though, because if he doesn't get an automatic spot, like the captain might pick like players with more experience.
they would easily. So yeah, he'd have to get an automatic spot.
Yeah.
I like that there's automatic spots because then there's no really bias there.
Yeah, I agree. Because Brendan Todd be the #1 qualifier, and then he probably wouldn't get picked.
Oh yeah, no, no. Brendan Todd get Get out of here. Kidding me?
Bad for TV.
But Ches Reavie, if Ches Reavie's on the team, that'd be electric.
We really haven't talked about Ches Reavie in a while.
Well, I mean, there's nothing going on.
There's not much
like,
talking about
the
Ches
only
Reavie.
thing
he
that
has
brings
no
up
social
Ches-
media presence.
Yeah.
So like we can't even like see anything that he's doing right now.
We should get in touch with his people. His manager.
You know who we should get in touch with is Eddie Pepperell.
Yeah,
He's
funny.
a big social media he'd be fun to talk to.
I feel like I said some bad things about Eddie Pepperell.
He's like he's been like Twitter like decent. He was on Twitter a decent amount like a while ago.
Yeah, no, because I remember he was like, causing a ruckus on Twitter and like everything, and I might have said something bad about him. I don't remember. Hopefully not.
I he was also the guy I think who like ran out of balls in the course and like had like the got disqualified or something.
That's
like
what
that.
it was.
That might have been
for
him.
that.
Yeah.
Also, he tweeted something about like he was like, I'm fine with Bryson hitting it 30 yards past me tomorrow, so because he was playing with him, so I don't have to talk to him.
Oh, I do.
He just straight up tweeted that. Like, what? That was been so awkward. There's no way Bryson didn't see that. All right, what else we got? We pretty much came up with our top 3 Masters moments.
Yeah, I mean,
not a whole lot going on in the golf world, but we can always.
Yeah, we're going into the
dog days.
now.
The dog days of the quarantine.
Yeah,
it's Heritage Week.
Oh my God!
it is. Oh, what
this
is
week?
Heritage Week? No. No, the one we've been waiting for like a year pretty much, or
Yeah.
to watch like this like 'cause I don't remember like watching it last year, but I remember like knowing the course. I guess we would have been there actually before.
Yeah, we were there before. I just didn't watch it last year.
I just didn't watch last
I
year.
still didn't watch it. Yeah,
I can only remember like a few holes there anyway. Like I remember like 18, 17, like 9.
I remember most of them. I think
They all seem like
they blend together a little bit.
Yeah, they're all there. There's nothing like really like 16,
18 is
17.
kind of the whole like.
I don't really remember a lot of them.
17, 18 were like on the
17,
water.
18 definitely because
16 was the par 5.
17 I hit it into the stands.
Yeah.
And got a free
Oh,
drop.
I remember 16.
16 was par 5, like the water.
Yeah.
But
that was fun.
right, there are a decent amount of holes that are like they're very 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 similar in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, it's not one of the better. I mean, it's a sick course, obviously, but it's not one of the better PGA Tour venues.
No.
There's trouble all over the place. Though.
Well, don't they finish at like 20 under every single time they play or something?
They
Yeah,
do.
probably.
Like for us, like there's trouble all over the place.
Yeah. I remember that.
I just can't wait. I can't wait for any sports, but PGA Tour as well to come back because like
I mean, there's
I've heard
Chinese
it's
baseball
supposed-
going on.
Yeah, in Taiwan though.
Taiwan, okay, Taiwan.
But it's Chinese baseball, but they're playing in Taiwan.
You see that they have like robots in the stands?
Yeah.
Like that's creepy as hell. I don't know if I could do that knowing like there's like always like robots and like
I
stand,
would.
like, fake
That's
cheering.
just weird.
That's so weird.
I'm gonna
I
pass
don't
on
know if
that.
I don't know if obviously America wouldn't do that, but like that's just like I don't know. That's just creepy as hell.
But yeah, apparently the John Deere Classic is supposed to be the tournament when everybody comes back.
And everyone's gonna come back for that.
And last year they did not get a top 50 player in the tournament.
I'm about to say that might be a
No, that
stacked
might
field
change
this
though.
year.
That might change.
I think this year
It might not be.
honestly-
it might
honestly,
not be the best golf that you're watching, but that might be a stacked. field.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter if it changes or not. I'm gonna watch it because it's the first first tournament back. I will watch anything at this point. I will watch the John Deere Classic.
Imagine watching like Rory, like DJ, Tiger all
Kept
playing at this like dog track of a PGA Tour course.
Like
It's probably
the
a sick
iconic.
course, but like
No. I'm sure it's a sick course, but
like it's probably so easy.
I just
I
like,
bet I think
I
they,
just like
that was
seeing
where,
the. There's
that was
like
where
the
Speed guys
lawnmower.
went, I'm pretty sure.
You
They
guys
have like
talk.
the lawnmower in the middle of the water.
Yeah, that is really like a lot more than water.
Hopefully the Travelers is a thing and we can go this summer.
We kind of hype. I would definitely go with that.
They have the umbrella, the Travelers umbrella in the middle of the water.
Yeah. Like you have like a little competition to hit it.
Yeah,
hit
and
shots.
Ches
I
Reeves the
the-
defending champ, so
I think I
Oh.
watched like a replay of like the LPGA, like one of the majors, and they like when they win, they like jump into like this like
Oh
pool.
yeah. I think it's like the Ana Inspiration or something like that.
Yeah, it's like that's
Right.
one of their majors.
Yeah,
they
and
should have
I
a PGA
remember
Tour event like that.
that. It should.
Just like just a tradition of jumping in the water, but like, you'd have to like start that tradition by somebody who's willing to jump in the water. Like Rory, I don't think he's jumping in
Get
the
like-
water
get
over
like-
over
get
a
like
tournament
a-
win.
Get like Pat Perez to jump in the water. He'll do it.
I can't imagine Pat Perez has another PGA Tour win in him.
No, I know, but like I'm like
Seems like a guy who just finishes like T31.
Oh no, he does. He definitely does. Like he'll make like a charge like one day and like he'll come back down to earth like the next day or like even later that afternoon.
He's a funny guy though, apparently.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if anyone's gonna win a tournament, jump in the water, like he'd probably jump in the water.
He's really good friends
We'll
with
get,
this like, guy in the golf
Harry,
media.
we'll get Harry Higgs
Mhm.
to win a tourney.
Yeah, Harry Higgs.
Harry
Harry
Higgs
Higgs
to
might
jump.
jump in the water. He
No,
was
Ches,
on-
no, Chesbury, if you're listening, and you want to make a name for yourself. If you're winning a tournament, jump in the water. You'll make a name. You'll make a big name for yourself.
Harry Higgs was on some random podcast recently. He was on a podcast with 90 followers on Instagram.
Why?
Really?
Why have we not? Did we reach out to him?
I don't
You
remember.
have to jump in.
I mean, dude, this is the perfect time. They're not doing shit.
I wonder what he's doing over quarantine. Like, I wonder what he's doing over quarantine. 'Cause honestly, like looking at that guy, I seriously doubt he's not. I'd seriously doubt he's playing golf.
Well, no. In most places, like we're very lucky that like Silver Spring,
yeah.
Silver Mine are open. Like
Dude,
no
we're
courses
like
are open
two of like the 3 golf courses open in our area, like in the county.
in Connecticut.
And like we just happen to belong to like both of them, like Silver
Yeah.
Mine, Silver Spring. I
then
think
Shore
Shore
Haven's
Haven's the
also
other one that's open.
CCNC is open too.
I don't think it.
No, I don't think it isn't. It is.
I literally saw people were playing yesterday on the course.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they might have just been out there.
I mean, the like week before it was like they had temporary greens still because they were like sodding the greens.
And then last week, all New York courses shut down, like all of them. So
well, that makes sense. I mean, we're pretty close to New York, but yeah, this
If
was.
Silver Mine closes down, we're still gonna play it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what Silvermine
like-
does. Doesn't people? That's not gonna stop the people.
oh, we didn't tell the story where the guy was yelling at us.
Oh, right. So yeah, it's 2:22 right now. We got to be done with this by 2:30 so that we can end on this story. So we're playing hole number 7 at Silver Mine Golf Club,
When was this?
the club we talk about every single
Friday.
week on this podcast.
Friday. Okay.
And Trevor DeGangi, the wind's howling, pops one up, and the wind just takes it left. And like
So the
across
left side,
street.
the
That's
left.
the one.
so
That's the one like by
it's
you have to go
a
across the road.
it's a short like short par 4. The fairway is very narrow. So right of it is like the 8 fairway, and there's like water on the right.
And left of
The
is
left
the
is
street.
just the street. Yeah, there's just a street, and there's a couple houses across the
So,
way.
what
on the left
happens-
side.
What happens is this ball is pretty much coming down. It is not coming down like at an angle. It's coming down straight down, and it comes maybe a foot from just hitting this nice Mercedes parked in a driveway that's right there.
Mhm.
And this guy comes out as we're walking down. It didn't hit. It didn't.
No,
hit the
no. But then he did it again. So then he's like, all right, that was just that was just a miss hit. Like I'll just tee up another one to hit it, and it does the same thing. Pops it up straight in the air, and this one doesn't get as close to the Mercedes, but it still bounces in the
Same.
middle of the street. And
No,
like,
it
it's,
went
like,
into the
out there.
woods. I don't even think the guy saw that one. Anyway, so we're walking down the fairway, and apparently I didn't hear it. And
I'm the only one that heard it, and he was like yelling.
this guy's
guy
just
goes
yelling like not to like you can't golf in a quarantine. Like
He's like, there's no golfing in a pandemic. Like he's yelling at us. Like
yeah,
as we're
pandemic.
walking, like just heckling us as we're walking up, and like I'm like Trev, did that guy like just yell at you like that? Like we shouldn't golf in a pandemic? He's like, I didn't really hear that. And then like anyway, I was like, oh, like I'm pretty sure I heard that, but like maybe I was just hearing things. And like as we're walking up, he just starts like swearing at us, like yelling expletives, like
Oh my god.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he yelled that at you, and like whatever. And like we were just playing the next like hole and a half, and the guy's just like standing at the end of his driveway, like staring us down. I was like, Like, should we like flip him off or like say something
Flip 'em
back
off.
or like,
Jesus
or, like,
That was
or,
right.
like,
Yeah.
or, like nah.
off.
And then I was
Oh
like,
my
well, I
God.
don't like he's at his own house. I don't want him like taking out like a shotgun or something. And then like that whatever.
I don't think anybody who lives in Wilton, Connecticut, is taking out a shotgun on a golf course.
You
But
never know.
yeah, that was just another interesting story from of people getting mad at us on the golf course for basically nothing.
It's not like we were the only ones out there. Like there was.
No,
plenty of
it was a
groups out
packed
there.
course.
I think he was just a little mad that like we almost hit his car, but like don't park your Mercedes at the end of your driveway, like when you know there's a golf course like not that far away. But whatever.
As in like 10 yards away.
Like if you just put it in your garage, because I saw your garage was open and it was empty, like then that's not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully he's a fan. And he can just,
Come on,
contemplate.
Like I'm pretty sure I've hit a ball into his front yard before, so like
Definitely.
not out of the ordinary.
But yeah, so that'll probably do it for this week's episode, the Kobe Bryant episode.
Kobe
I kind of
Bryant.
messed that one up at the
Not
at
the Robinson
beginning.
Cano.
Not the it's not the Robinson Cano.
It's kind of. I mean, it's mostly Kobe Bryant. Episode.
Okay, fine. For me, it's Robinson Cano episode. But
The rest of the world is Kobe Bryant.
yeah, so hopefully we can book a guest pretty soon, and do more than just talk hypotheticals. But for now, that's what we got. Hopefully, we're back in the swing of golf very soon. So yeah, we'll see you next week on the Mark to Share episode.